northeast Nigeria, thousands of people have been forced to flee their homes in Borno State after a dam failed, causing major flooding. Bridges, roads and houses were destroyed and several areas cut off. Officials say the collapse of the dam near Maiduguri could lead to an increase in waterborne diseases. Let's speak now to Ahmed Idris, who's live for us in Maiduguri in northeast Borno State. And Ahmed, we can see the flood waters behind you there. How are people coping with this deluge?
Well, Niamh, what we know so far, 500,000 people on record have been displaced by this disaster. And that's those who are able to make it to safer grounds. But what lies behind us here, we actually don't know what's happening there. We saw some people trying to go there to try to see what's going on. About an hour ago, a rickety boat was trying to salvage something from houses over there, and they could only salvage a little bit. So right now, as we were coming from the airport to this location, we saw hundreds on the streets, some walking barefoot, some with the little belongings they escaped with, try to access internally displaced persons camp. We understand from the National Emergency Management Agency that more than 500,000 have so far been displaced. The officials are not saying anything about casualties because what they're saying is that they don't have the resources at the moment. They don't have engine boats, they don't have choppers, they don't have even professional divers to try to rescue people trapped behind us here. What they did earlier today was to send in a team of local divers. And in the process, 6 of them have been injured and were taken to hospital. And that's how some of them called off the search and rescue operation. That's the situation right now in Maiduguri.
And are we any nearer to knowing, from the authorities at least, why the dam burst?
Well, Niamh, over the past few days, we've seen increased rainfall, torrents coming in torrents, and the displacement actually started 3 days ago. Now, if I move out of frame, let me show you what's happening right here. Over there are 4 houses, and it's only the top floor that's actually above water. And that's what is happening with the rest of the houses behind us here. Some have been completely submerged. You see over there, the trees there are in somebody's compound. And right now, we don't know how much loss has been incurred in that particular incident. And it's a similar story across many houses there. So the authorities say the torrential rain recorded in the past week or so led to the overflow of the bank. And at some point, the dam had to give way. And that is when water spilled over into the town. And if the cameras can zoom, you can see the velocity of the water is so high. The levels are high and the velocity is so high. And there are fears that probably a lot of lives may have perished in this disaster. But what is happening right away is that the officials are trying to assess the level of damage. Nobody is talking about how to fix the dam for the time being. They're only looking at how to save lives. So basically the dam collapsed, and because of the torrential rains recorded in the past week or so. And so, as a result, water started flooding the city. Half of the city right now is underwater.
Yeah, it looks like an overwhelming scene for the many people who are clearly displaced by those floods there. Ahmed, many thanks for that. Ahmed Idris in Maiduguri, that's in northeast Borno State. Thank you.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.